Welcome back to BallinCraig. Now I'm just going to do a very short video today because A, I'm very tired and I'll probably struggle to stay awake for long enough to do a decent length video, and 2, I was just going to tell you a story that I thought you might find amusing. I meant to take on the end of the last video I did and entirely forgot about. So we'll just feed some cows while I tell you this, I think it's a rather amusing story, and see if you think it's amusing too or not. So first of all I need to show you a picture. So I'll just give me a second to pick up the straw bale and we'll drop that in, and then I'll escape out of here in a minute to go and show you the picture I need to show you for the story. Now you will notice, Fury in particular, that I have rollover protection on my massive tractor here. See, anything you're going to be lifting bales with, you should really have rollover protection with. I'm only saying that because Fury's bought, on his latest video series, he's bought a little, what's it called, one of those little things with the tracks on. I can't even think what they're called now. Come on, what are they called? We'll go and have a look. Who is it? Oh, a telehandler. No, not a telehandler, sorry. Skid steer loader. Yeah, so on Fury's latest videos, he's bought a skid steer loader, but he's got a very old one. It's got no rollover protection. I get quite nervous watching him lift bales with it and things. So I've been telling him, and I know that AK has also been telling him that he needs to get some rollover protection put on this little skid steer loader. And I'm pretty sure that the mod, I know that same mod, at least when it was available for FS22, allowed you to put rollover protection on it if you wanted to. So I assume the mod allows that in FS25 as well, but I must admit I haven't actually downloaded that mod for FS25, so I don't know that for certain. Now, if we escape out of here for a second, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go this way. This will do it. Yep. So if I go into pictures here for a second. Here we go. Now I want you to have a look at this bracket here. Okay, as you can see, it's a big metal bracket. It's got rubber mounting points where it mounts onto a car to protect it from vibrations as much as possible. It's also got a plastic clip here with a couple of fingers on the clip to hold something there, a circular something there. So my amusing story has to do with that bracket there. I have a friend who had his 60th birthday last night, and I was invited to his party. Now this particular friend absolutely loves mid-1980s Toyotas. He's got, I don't know, probably about 25 different models of Toyota, all from the mid-80s. And to be perfectly honest, there's not a thing about mid-80s Toyotas worth knowing that he doesn't already know. So anyway, he invited me to his 60th birthday. So I had a word with his wife first, just to double check that he would see the funny side of it. I thought he probably would, and his wife assured me that yes, he absolutely would. And I must admit, before anyone gets too worried, I did get him a proper birthday present as well. Okay, so this wasn't the only birthday present he got, but I got him this bracket, the one that I just showed you the picture of. I wrote a note in the card saying that, having in the past been the owner of mid-1980s Toyotas myself, I was well aware that these brackets, with the plastic fingers there still intact, are like hen's teeth to try and find. Now, it's almost impossible to get those brackets with the plastic fingers intact. So I've managed to find this one for him, and given that he probably owns about 25 mid-80s Toyotas, I'm absolutely certain that, these things are so rare, he must be missing a few, so he must have a number of them with fingers broken in his cars. So I thought he'd find this bracket very useful. And the reason that this was so amusing is because I figured this is a bracket that he'd probably have never ever seen before, and he'd be scratching his head thinking, what am I missing here? Whereabouts on the mid-80s Toyota does this bracket go? I don't recall having seen this bracket anywhere. Now, I can fairly safely assume that he wouldn't recognise the bracket and know exactly where it goes, mostly because the bracket doesn't come off a mid-80s Toyota at all. That bracket actually comes off a Mitsubishi Pajero. Since I happen to know this friend of mine has never owned a Mitsubishi Pajero, I was fairly safe in assuming that he wouldn't recognise the bracket. And sure enough, he didn't, and he spent the entire evening trying to work out where the heck this bracket came from. Whereabouts on a Toyota it went. Just couldn't place it at all. And one of the other guys at the party said, I'm sure I've seen that bracket, it looks very familiar to me. But no, I don't know where it's off either. But I'm certain I have seen it before. So yeah, he spent pretty much the entire night scratching his head trying to work out whereabouts this bracket came from before I confessed to him at the end of the night that actually it came off a Mitsubishi Pajero, which is why he'd never seen it or anything before. And so his response to me though, when he opened it and looked at it and sort of turned it over and read the card, he said, and I thought this was a pretty good answer. He said to me, this is obviously the one off the right hand side, and I'm missing the brackets from a number of these from the left hand side, but all my right hand side ones have got the brackets intact still. So it's a shame you couldn't have got me a left hand side one. Which I thought, given that he had no idea what the bracket was or anything, was actually quite a good response. But yeah, so I did confess to him at the end of the evening what the bracket came off, and sure enough, he did find it very, very amusing. He said he's going to hang it up in his garage. So I thought that was quite funny. And I don't know, some of you perhaps are thinking right about now that with friends like me, who really needs enemies? But as I said, it was just a bit of a fun practical joke that I wanted to play on him. So I did that. And as you can see, I'm using the new Fiat I picked up. This is a Fiat, can't remember what horsepower this particular one is, because it's got lots of different, 110. So yep, I've got 110 horsepower on this, but it's two-wheel drive, which is what makes it quite different from the other one I was using. Because the other one I was using didn't have, you couldn't open the windows and things, and you couldn't have it in two-wheel drive. You could only have it as four-wheel drive. So this, I'm really, really loving this two-wheel drive version of this Fiat Agri here. Pull it a bit further away from the gate. There we go. As you can see, I've actually got a couple of caravans set up now too. This one here for a worker, and I've got another one down on the farm. So, okay. So this one's set up here because when I haven't got my tractor in the way, this is and you better see when I'm in the tractor sort of thing. It's got quite a nice view over the vineyard, and this is near the top of the hill on the farm. So you get a quite nice view from that caravan. So when I get workers in to help me, one of them stays in that caravan, and if we head down here further, I've got another caravan further down on the farm as well. I'll just close this gate again since we won't be coming back this way at the moment. I've just got wheat planted in this field here, and three other fields, but the three other fields that wheat are planted in there across the other side of the road, so we won't be seeing those today. But this is wheat that's 1 month old now, so it was planted 1 month ago. And today I've got to feed all the cows, and then I've got to mow some more grass, and I'm not sure whether to do them as hay bales, because what's happened there? So it's got a bit stuck there against that gate, sorry about that. So as you can see here, I'm running low on hay bales there, so I'm not sure whether to do them as hay bales or as what's the other one? I'm thinking of the wrapped bales, silage bales. And there's the other caravan that I've got on the property now for when I've got workers helping me out, so one can stay in this caravan as well. So yeah, those new caravans are new to this farm. I've just put them in here. Both of those got towed into place. So they're not placeables. They are actually ones you can hook to the back of a Land Rover or something and tow. yeah, apart from the 2 caravans, nothing else is new on this farm since I did that barn up the back of the property. Yeah. Anyway, I promise you this will be a short video, so I might let it go now. And I know I'm one video of Fury's behind still at the moment. I'm up to date on AK's videos. And Fury, I will catch up on your video. I've just had a very, very long weekend, so I might have to wait until after work tomorrow before I get a chance to watch that one. If I start to watch it now, I'd probably fall asleep and miss half of it. So I might just leave that one till tomorrow to try and catch up on then. You'll probably have another one out by then, so I'll probably have 2 to catch up on, but that's okay, I'll always manage it. So this, as you can see, this farmyard here is very, very tight, which I love it being very, very tight, so it's not a complaint. So it means I've got to play around with tractors, backing them up and things to be able to get them into a position. Oh, I didn't have to boom there. Get them into a position where I can load up the mixer wagon there. But okay, I shall let you go now. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.